Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 1 of my Let's Play series. You have joined episode 35. Today, there are quite a few machines I would like to get up and running. I wanted to give you a quick tour with some of the updates I've done. These are garden cloches. I taught the grid how to make all the individual components for them. See if we can't bring it up in the engineer's manual. If I can remember where it was. There it is. Took some of this stained glass, some treated wood planks, iron mechanical component, and a lantern. It wasn't too terribly difficult to craft. Basically, I pipe water into it in the back, and the only output is from this hatch on the back. And these conveyor belts, if something is outputting, it will just automatically output to it. And I've got more of these dropping conveyor belts that drop into a chest. And then underneath of these chests, I just have some of those external storage components from the grid. We were starting to run out of room downstairs. As you see, I had to set up auto crafting for each one of those steel presses up there. But so far, we can get just about any plate we want, and we can make any wire we want. I have not had a chance to set up any auto crafting for the other presses, mainly because I haven't needed those components yet. So that will probably get updated as we need more components. Then up here, I did figure out how to work this gun a little bit better too, just by the way. The gun itself can go into a workbench. And then you can see I've added the bayonet and I've added the extended magazine as well. So now, if I remember to take it out of there, of course. There we go. Now if I go in it, you can see I've got this extended part of the magazine. Now the quick reload thing that I crafted here, the revolver speed loader, it's pretty awesome. You can load bullets into it, and then when you fire the last shot out of your revolver, if you have one of these in your inventory, it will automatically reload the revolver. It will not refill the clip though. It will only reload the revolver part. So that's pretty cool. And then this little guy here is the engineer's toolbox, which is pretty awesome. That was just some sheet metal, some rose red, and some wooden storage crate. Not hard at all. See that wooden storage crate? That was just some treated wood planks. No big deal. We have all that stuff. Then to pick this up, I can shift right click and it pops right into my inventory. I can take it with me and access it. Everything's right where I left it. I can come and put it back down with the shift right click and it just sits there on the table. But anyway, there are quite a few machines I want to try to get done. I want a crusher. See if I can bring that up. I think that's one of the heavy machines. I want one of these crushers because it's going to crush some metals for us so we can get some of the dust to craft some of the higher end stuff, which I'm wanting to get into. And I also want this excavator. And let me tell you, this is going to be a monster. There's a huge list of things for this excavator. 6 steel scaffolds, 15 steel sheet metals, 1 redstone engineering block, 9 light engineering blocks, 5 heavy engineering blocks, 3 radiator blocks. And that's just one part of this. There's a second part, which is a big giant wheel, and that needs 9 blocks of steel and 20 steel scaffold. So this is going to be a monster to get built. And then we also, I've decided I want to get one of these auto workbenches. Those are in the tools and simple machines, but it doesn't really look that simple to me. And in fact, it needs 5 steel scaffolding, 2 treated wood slabs, 1 red engineering block, 4 light engineering blocks, 2 heavy engineering blocks, and 4 conveyors. So this isn't really a small machine either. So basically what I'm going to do is make sure that I have taught the grid how to craft all of those individual components. And then I'm going to have the grid try to make these individual components for me. So I am going to do that off camera, and I will be back when I have all of these items crafted. Welcome back, everybody. I've been looking in the book here, and I think the smartest thing to do would be to start with the automated workbench. It looks like we're going to need a few conveyors for it. Steel scaffolding, 4 conveyors. So let's head upstairs. And I think I'm going to try to get this over by our little workbench area. Hopefully that'll be out of the way. So let's take a look and see what it wants. That's the heavy engineering block there in the corner. So let's look at it again. Redstone. It's a 3 by what? 3? Okay, so we need some of these. These are the light engineering blocks, and we need a redstone and some of the steel scaffolding, it looked like. So if that's 3 by 3, let's try doing it right over here, I'm thinking. That's the redstone block, light engineering block. And then some steel scaffolding. So another light engineering block here. With a couple more steel scaffolding and one of those heavy engineering blocks, it looked like. Right there. Okay, so that's the first layer. And I may end up having to reorient this. I have no idea what is going to happen. I have not tried to build this yet. So let's see. Then we need the treated wood slabs. That looks simple enough, I guess. A couple more of these light engineering blocks here. Right? Because we need 4 light engineering blocks, 2 heavy engineering blocks, and I think that one went right there. Yeah. And then it looked like we needed 4 conveyors. I have no idea if they need to be going a certain way. But I think that was how they were. Let's look at the book again. And then we need the wood slabs. Right here. I guess I don't see my hammer. Maybe it's in my toolbox. There it is. So maybe if I hit it. Oh, I did something right. Look at that. Automated engineer's workbench. Okay, so we need a blueprint. So let's see if we can get the grid to craft one of those for us. Yeah, that's the one. I just wanted this common projectile one to start off with. There we go. So if we put that in there, yeah, see now we have the same kind of access to making bullets. And that's what I wanted this for. It looks like that's some kind of an import. I mean, this is really neat looking. It might take me a little bit to figure it out, to be completely honest. Let's see. Blueprint get replaced. Okay, we did that. We will need to be supplied with materials and power. That shouldn't be a problem. I don't know where we probably put power right there. Let's see if we have any connectors or wires. LV wire connector. LV wire. Probably need a little bit more wire than that. Let's see. We'll need some LV wire. Let's see, if I did this right, we should actually see some wire possibly being made if I don't have enough wire. But I'm not sure. We may have enough. Oh, yeah, we had enough. There we go. Now we should have enough to get that done. And we'll probably want some relays, which I'm sure I had in here. Yep. Because we're going to want to run some of this power from my inventory full already. It might be time to turn this off. I think we can apply some kind of a redstone signal somehow to get this to go on and off, but I'm not sure how to do that right now. So if we come up here, and I'm going to want to power it up there, let's see if we can connect it up here. Maybe that'll be cool. Oh yeah. And then maybe right there. All right, so that should be getting power. Oh yeah, totally getting power. Let me clear up some space here real quick. There we go. Now we don't have a big old trail of stuff following us. Item inputs are the two hatches marked with blue dots. The power input lies above them. Finished items are dropped at the end of the conveyor belt. So the finished items should stop here, right? They're dropped there. So what we probably want you know what I should teach this thing how to craft is an ender chest. So I think that might be the best thing here is to have one of these dropping conveyors. we get one of these dropping conveyors, so like that'll work with any inventory. See if we can get a medium-sized one. So that should work, right? If I automatically pipe stuff into here, like what if we get the lead nuggets, right? Because this is what we need to make gunpowder, right? Lead nuggets, and what else? The casings. Yeah, we have a few empty casings, and some gunpowder, which I'm sure we have. Oh yeah. So if we just manually put this in here and select bullets, does it start automatically making? Oh, look at that! It sure does. It's automatically making the bullets for us, and it should be dropping them into the crate below. Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally working. So all we will need to do is probably come up with some kind of conveyor system that will move this stuff into it, right? And then I'm thinking we'll get a couple of ender chests. We could, I guess, have some more crazy conveyor action too. That might be fun. I decided to grow some cactus in here real quick because basically we needed some cactus green, and I had found a few cactus that I planted by some water near here. But these garden cloches are great. This has been running for maybe 20 minutes, and look at all that cactus already. I mean, that's crazy. I did the same thing with the hemp because some of the recipes that we want to do need some hemp, and this is like much faster than the Ender Farmer. Like we wouldn't have near this much. And I mean, these small storage crates really aren't all that small. That's quite a bit of stuff. So that's pretty crazy. But I think we have plenty of this stuff for now. So until I figure out how to give these guys on-off switches, it's going to break the connection. And if they have internal power, they'll just run out. And that should be fine. So we've got the automated workbench built, and it looks like it's going to be simple enough to figure a way to pipe stuff in and out. So I am going to look around and see where a good place to start maybe doing the crusher next would be. And we also have a problem that I think we might address too. The coke ovens are completely full of creosote oil, so they aren't making any more coal coke for me. So I think we're going to have to make another tank out there, and I think while we're out there, I may as well go ahead and make a silo. So that is what I'm going to do. So I will be back when I am ready to build the crusher. And welcome back, everybody. Basically, what I've done out here is I'm almost done fixing up what is this, a silo? So I think when I hit this with the hammer, hopefully something cool will happen. I must have done something wrong, so let's take a look. I wonder if I just didn't make it tall enough. Let's try to make it another level taller. I thought I made it the right height. Let's check it again. let's take that one out of the center there. And we should just need to put one more layer up here. So now hopefully when I hit this with the hammer, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. So down here I've already got us an external storage, which I'm going to run some cable over here. There we go. So that's hooked up to the external storage. And we might need a little bit of gravel. I think I've still got my backpack on, which isn't letting me pick it up. That should be enough. We can patch that back up real quick. So I've got quite a few of these conveyor belts, which we're going to run out of here up to the silo. I figured while I was out here fixing up the second tank, which is working, we may as well go ahead and I think I'm going to need a dropping conveyor for this. I figured I may as well get the slag taken care of as well. And we'll probably end up setting up some kind of a return system at some point for this. I can only imagine. Now I want this next one to connect up to it, so I'm actually going to place it there. See, now it'll go down at a diagonal, and it was kind of rough getting these to work, basically. Like I'm going to want these to meet up, so I want this to go down at a steeper angle. So I'm going to have to place a couple extra of these, or at least one. And then when I hit this one below it with the hammer, it can spin it, but if I shift click it, you can see it goes up in an angle. And then I want to make sure that it's still running the correct way, which it is. So that's all running the right way because I want it running up to it. So I'm going to keep doing that on the way down. I'll probably have to place one in front, and then if I place one below that and then break this one quickly, I should be able to angle these to come down steeper. And I'm going to go ahead and get this tree out of the way. Because running these conveyors, once you understand how they work, it doesn't take very long at all, really. Yeah, see, I don't quite understand. It looked like that one placed at a diagonal right away, and I'm not actually sure how I did that. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Now I'm going to bring this out just a little bit so I can see where it's going to end up. I want to make sure that this one is pointing that way because we're still wanting them to run out of the building. Almost there. just bring this out. That is facing the wrong way. There we go. And what I'll probably do here is, let's see if we have any extra scaffolding. We might be able to craft a few. Basically, I'll put some scaffolding here and kind of make it look like it's resting on something. But on the inside, what we'll need to do is place them running this way. And these wires here, as long as they were there first, it won't hurt anything to have those like that. And now this is the part that's going to hurt. There's a lot of slag in there. So when I break this to place that, there's going to be a big mess. So I'm probably going to break away for a minute after I place this and clean all this up. But I thought you guys might actually like to see this stuff fly everywhere. And it's caught in my ring. But you can see that there is a giant ball following me around. So let's see if I can place that at least, and maybe if I spin it around. Nope, it's going to have to be off of. I was afraid of that. So let's do that. I was afraid of that. It's going to have to come out of there just like that. So well, I think what we'll end up having to do is fix that connector. But I'm going to have to clear out some of this inventory first, it looks like. Alright, so that should have taken care of that little problem. So now we should have enough space to tackle moving this guy, because we're going to have to reroute this just a little tiny bit. So let's get this routed up so we don't have slag just rolling onto the floor. See, that's normally what they do, and I was hoping it would do that on this guy, but it wasn't giving me that opening there. So we'll just kind of, it'll do a fun little zigzag, basically, is what will end up happening. Alright. So that should end up working just fine. And we need to get our power running back over there, so let's get our relay back up. And these things really aren't that bad to fix either. See, that one's going over there. Probably just up to that. So, now we may not even need that one there. Let's see if these guys will just connect. Yep, they sure do. So that'll probably take care of any problems that may have been there. All right. So I want to build the crusher, and I've got the stuff to do it. So let's get the crusher up. And I don't think we're going to be able to power it just yet, though. So let's take a look at the crusher. See, that looks like those are light engineering blocks. 5 of them, 7 of them on the bottom. So let's get those light engineering blocks down. And that was 5. All right. So let's think about which way we want it to face. I think let's try to get it facing this way. Can we do that? Oh, I'm looking at it wrong. That's only 3 of those. It's 5 wide that way. So what I want is 3 of them there. And where was the other one? There's 3 there. I'm gonna skip. Looks like they did that. Okay. Building this stuff, I have to keep flipping back here because I can't remember. That looks like just regular scaffolding. So let's get that down. And there was 5 of these, so that should come out to there. Okay, so that's the first layer down. And the second layer, more, and that's the steel fence around. Is that another one? Yeah. So we need more of the light engineering blocks on top of the ones that we already put down. And it looked like we needed some of the steel fence. And that was like this, I believe. Oops, not quite like that. And another light engineering block right in my face instead of in the middle where it was supposed to go. Something like that. And then a redstone engineering block, it looks like, and another light engineering block at the very front. And then just 9 hoppers on top, is that right? That's an awful lot what it looks like. Where do we put them? Behind the engineering blocks up here. And maybe hit it with a wrench. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? Applying a redstone signal to the control panel at the front will halt the process. Oh, so that means, hopefully if I'm right about this, that means we can put a lever on it. should be a redstone there, I'm thinking. It looks like that looks like the power right there. I have a relay on me. Let's go up to the engineer's toolbox and see if it will run at all with a low voltage. We'll make that look prettier in just a minute. Well, it's definitely getting power. That is for sure. I'm wondering if I have to pipe stuff into it, because it's not letting me open up any kind of a interface. Hmm. So it looks like I can pipe stuff into it, I'm guessing. Let's make a little room in the old inventory for a second and see if we can't get a crate back out. I'm thinking it looks like the stuff comes out right here, I think. But I'm not really sure how to actually get stuff into it. But what I do think is we'll come back to this, I think, probably in the next episode. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm pretty sure that to actually run that thing at any kind of decent speed, we're going to want some more power, is what I'm thinking. So I think to do that, let's see what happens if I use the steel fence. So I'm thinking, like right here, we might build a little tower of some kind. Let's see if I've got any of those steel posts left. Well, maybe it'll let me craft some. There we go. So to do these windmills, we're going to want to get a little higher up. With these, basically, the higher you go, most of the time, the more wind you can generate, or the more wind there is, so you can generate more power. I'm thinking maybe I'll swing these out here. don't know if this will be enough room. I might need to get some more of those. May end up needing to get some more of those and expand that out a little bit more. But we'll go ahead and try it. I'll see if we can get some more crafted here in the meantime. And see if we have any kinetic dynamos. Yeah, we do. And these are the same dynamos that we used with the water mills, but in this case we're going to do it with, instead of water mills, we're going to do it with wind. And so those are going to be generating power now. And I'll end up running, I'm going to see if these will let me do some high voltage, because I want to try running some high voltage into that building for things like the crusher. So what we're probably going to be doing in the next episode is learning about some high voltage transformers and the high voltage connectors, which are kind of like these things, but for the high voltage power. But I'm pretty sure we're close to the wrapping up point for this episode. So when we come back next time, I'm going to have all the stuff crafted to get all this tied into our power grid. And I think we'll be able to get that crusher fired up, and I'll figure out how to get stuff piped into it. So I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. Be sure to give me a like if you are, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified of videos in the future. Thanks for stopping by today, guys, and take care.